Cartoon Network has been shaping childhood since the early 1990s. For every Adventure Time or regular show that becomes a household name, there are just as many series that slip quietly into the vault of nostalgia. Some lasted only a season. Some had a loyal cult following but never gained mainstream fame, and some were simply ahead of their time. Today, we're taking a slow, deep dive into 5 Cartoon Network shows that many fans have forgotten, but that absolutely deserve a moment in the spotlight. We'll explore what made them unique, why they stood out in their era, and why they still have devoted fans who swear these gems were unfairly overlooked. At number 5 is Sheep in the Big City.
A really very, very special
Sheep in the Big City.
A series that embraced the absurd like few others. Created by Mo Willems, this show revolved around a simple premise: a sheep escapes from a secret military base and tries to live an ordinary life in the chaos of a giant metropolis. But ordinary isn't in Sheep's vocabulary or the show's. The humor leaned heavily into surreal gags, bizarre side plots, and frequent asides directly to the audience. The omnipresent narrator constantly broke the fourth wall, often admitting he wasn't sure where the plot was going. Every episode played with language, throwing puns and wordplay at lightning speed. Characters like General, Specific, and Private Public embodied the series' love of absurd naming conventions. Even though Sheep never speaks, his expressive reactions tell the whole story. Visually, the art style was intentionally minimalist, often using stark backgrounds and bright colors to focus on comedic timing rather than heavy detail. This gave Sheep in the Big City an almost experimental feel for a mainstream children's network. Despite critical appreciation for its clever humor, the show lasted only 2 seasons. Perhaps its oddball pacing and quirky tone were too unconventional for broad audiences at the time, but it left an undeniable imprint on those who loved its wit. Sliding into number 4 is Time Squad. Imagine history's biggest events, except totally wrong. That's where Time Squad steps in. This futuristic team boisterous officer Buck Tud Russell, persnickety robot Larry 3000, and history-loving orphan Otto travels through time to make sure the past unfolds correctly. Except, they're terrible at it. Episodes often show historical figures behaving wildly out of character, like George Washington.
Where the heck are your pants?
My boy, we are engaged in a battle for freedom. Freedom to vote, freedom to think, and freedom to wear whatever we want, even if it's nothing at all.
Obsessed with stand-up comedy, or Julius Caesar running a pizza parlor, and our trio must somehow set things straight. What makes Time Squad memorable is its blend of slapstick chaos with clever references. The humor operates on multiple levels. Kids laugh at the silliness, while adults catch subtle historical in-jokes. The show's art style leaned on clean, angular designs and bold color palettes, reminiscent of retro futurism mixed with classic cartoon simplicity. Voice actors like Mark Hamill brought unique life to the characters, elevating the writing with comedic timing. Despite being conceptually rich, Time Squad only lasted 2 seasons. Some say its historical angle might have confused casual viewers, or its humor was too niche to catch fire with a broad audience. Yet for those who watched, Otto's earnestness and Larry's dry sarcasm are unforgettable. Today, Time Squad lives on through scattered clips, fan nostalgia, and occasional reruns that remind us how inventive it really was. Number 3 brings us the life and times of Juniper Lee. If you've ever wondered what Buffy the Vampire Slayer would look like as an animated kids series, Juniper Lee gives you a pretty good idea. Juniper, an ordinary 11-year-old, inherits the role of the Tizuan Z, a mystical protector who keeps balance between the human and magical worlds. Orchid Bay, her hometown, is teeming with supernatural beings, from mischievous sprites to full-on monsters. Juniper juggles school assignments, family expectations, and the occasional giant kraken lurking near the pier. The tone blends humor, adventure, and genuine heart.
But first, why don't you show me what you've got in your man purse there?
Hey, it's a fanny pack, and I don't have to show you nothing. Step aside, little girl.
Just hand over the goods and nobody gets hurt. Again? You're very nimble.
Juniper's witty remarks and no-nonsense attitude ground the fantasy, making her relatable even as she's dueling sorcerers after math class. Supporting characters like Monroe, her talking dog advisor, add charming banter and lore. The show's visual identity uses vibrant colors and fluid animation that stand out even today. Storylines sometimes touched on deeper themes: friendship, responsibility, and growing up too fast, but never lost their playful edge. Juniper Lee managed 3 seasons but never hit the pop culture saturation of shows like Ben 10. Timing played a role. Cartoon Network's lineup was shifting toward new hits, and Juniper's mix of humor and mythos didn't quite fit into any single marketing niche. Still, fans cherish it for strong female representation and its willingness to dive into an ongoing, magical narrative rather than simple episodic comedy. In hindsight, Juniper Lee was ahead of its time, paving the way for later fantasy-driven cartoons. At number 2, we revisit Robotomy, a gleefully chaotic series that barely lasted 10 episodes, but earned a cult following for its dark humor. Set on a hostile alien planet, the show follows Thrasher and Blastus, 2 teenage robots struggling to survive the violent, anarchic hallways of Insanus High. Forget pep rallies and school dances, this school has flamethrower lockers, mecha fist fights, and guidance counselors who aren't above using laser cannons. Robotomy stands out for its gritty, metallic art style and rapid-fire jokes that skew older than the average Cartoon Network fare.
Hey, give me Alpha Dog! Louder! Ruff, ruff. Look at the scary Alpha Dogs! Now sniff the ground! What are you two? Whoa! No sniffing there! He must smell your dog! But I don't have a dog.
The series leaned into heavy rock soundtracks, exaggerated fight animations, and irreverent humor bordering on the absurd. Its creators Christy Carrickas and John Lee crafted a world that felt like high school crossed with a scrapyard apocalypse. Voice talent, including Patton Oswalt, delivered sharp comedic timing that amplified the ridiculousness. Why was it forgotten? The network never quite knew how to market it. Its edgy tone didn't fit the family-friendly brand CN was leaning into, and its short episode run made it hard to build momentum. But fans of experimental, darkly comedic cartoons still cite Robotomy as an underrated gem worth rediscovering. The sheer audacity of placing such chaos in a teen drama format makes it stand out, even if it burned bright for only a moment. Topping our list is Whatever Happened to Robot Jones.
Robot Jones.
A show whose very title acknowledges its fleeting legacy. Created by Greg Miller, the series revolves around Robot Jones, a socially awkward robot navigating the perils of middle school. The animation style is a deliberate throwback to 1970s school film strips with thick outlines, minimal shading, and a scratchy texture. It's instantly recognizable, yet radically different from CN's other offerings. Robot's monotone, synthesized voice enhances the awkward humor as he tackles crushes, bullies, and bizarre social rituals. Supporting characters like Socks and Shannon add depth to Robot's offbeat adventures. The show often leaned into slice-of-life storytelling, peppered with surreal moments that highlight Robot's disconnect from human behavior.
Data entry. Girls are okay. I conclude that the boys were joking about girls. Hello, Pam.
Come here.
Okay.
Hey, we're gonna get a slice in town. You wanna come?
Okay.
One week he's obsessing over popularity, the next he's misunderstanding gym class so spectacularly that chaos erupts. Despite its originality, Robot Jones never reached mainstream success. Limited promotion and its unconventional presentation left many viewers puzzled. After a short run, it vanished, leaving fans to trade recordings and wonder why CN didn't give it more support. Over time, the series developed a cult fanbase drawn to its sincerity, quirky humor, and retro charm. The fact that we're still asking whatever happened to Robot Jones proves its resonance. It may have been forgotten by the network, but loyal fans keep its memory alive. And there you have it, 5 Cartoon Network shows that slipped under the radar but deserve recognition. From the pun-heavy absurdity of Sheep in the Big City to the awkward earnestness of Robot Jones, these series prove that CN has always been willing to experiment. Some concepts flourish, others fade, but each leaves a creative fingerprint on the channel's history. Whether you grew up watching these or you're discovering them for the first time, give them another look. You might find they're even better than you remember. Which of these do you recall fondly? Did we miss your personal hidden gem, like Mike, Lou, and Og, or Evil Con Karn? Drop your favorites in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more animated throwbacks. Cartoon Network's vault is deep, and we're just scratching the surface.